Greetings, everyone. Dimension 119 here with the State of Survival podcast, and it is time to dive back into the Shroud because Keen Games has put out another Enshrouded update, and we have gotten a complete Shroud overhaul. We've got new locations, we've got new enemies, we've got more dangers to face, and I can't wait to jump right in. True to form, Keen Games did not stick to just updating the visuals of the Shroud. They also went through the process of updating visuals in several other biomes. No matter where you're spawning, you'll likely notice a difference in the textures and quality around you, specifically the lighting, as there's been a lot of attention paid to lighting in this update. The Kindle Wastes and Nomad Highlands in particular have had significant updates visually, definitely worth checking out. Also be aware when it comes to changes at points of interest, it's not just visual. Some of the enemy placements have changed and some of the encounter designs have changed to make it more of a challenge. I know that we really want to talk about all the new stuff in the Shroud, but before we delve into the depths, let's cover a few more things that are in the overworld, so to speak, such as the brand new survivor that we get with this update. This new character functions as a barber. They will allow you to customize your character in-game. This comes with several new presets, several new hairstyles, hair colors, eye color, some of which need to be unlocked through quests in Embervale. Not only can we customize our character in-game now, we can also finally customize some of our armor. We get a brand new workstation for creating color palettes, which will allow us to dye our armor or tint our armor. There are several color palettes available and a few more that you can unlock as you do quests and find certain new crafting materials. And of course, it wouldn't be a true Enshrouded update if we didn't get new weapons, new armor, new props, and a few other new items added into the world. Something I'm very excited about is the new information we get about the items, specifically the weapons, giving you a level of each weapon, letting you know whether it's worth keeping in the late game or going ahead and scrapping for runes. But you'll also notice that some of the resources have some information about where they're located, what kind of enemies may drop them, and even whether or not they're in the Shroud. We also get the gift of more storage with this update. The backpacks have been revamped to add another line of storage to each, so it is recommended that you go back and recreate your backpacks. As a matter of fact, if you take your current backpack off, it will impose a big X on the icon, and it will tell you in the information that it is outdated. You can still use this backpack until you're able to craft yourself a new one, but I do recommend crafting the new one as you will get that extra line of storage. While checking out all of this new information about these new items, the new backpack, the new weapons, you can also use the new comparison widget and compare those new weapons to see which one's better, which one you like better, and which one will suit your playstyle better. Before night falls and we enter the Shroud, we need to talk about a couple of notable combat changes so that you can be prepared for the brand new dangers ahead. The projectile parry window and visuals have been tweaked to hopefully make that a bit easier. The walking speed of the character while locked onto an enemy and moving backwards has been reduced slightly. And just before we enter the Shroud comes the darkness. And this darkness not only brings with it new resources that can only be found at night, but a few extra enemy patrols. The night brings with it new scavenger patrols that are roaming the land, as well as fell patrols that are also roaming the land, trying to temporarily spread the Shroud. As if night patrols and new resources weren't enough to draw you out to explore at night, we now have brand new night temples. These can be found during the day, but the doors can only be opened at night, and they will offer exclusive rewards if you're brave enough to delve into the depths. Speaking of delving into the depths, it is time to delve into the depths of the Shroud once again and find out what new dangers and what new locations await us. There's been over 100 new points of interest added into the Shroud, everything from small nooks and crannies all the way up to vast mazes that you can get lost in and run out of Shroud time. Some of these maze-like locations are interconnected tunnels and caves called Shroud Lairs. Some of them are small and may only take a couple of minutes to get in and out and get the treasure. Some are quite large and are very easy to get lost in, so you better keep an eye on that Shroud timer. Another set of new notable locations in the Shroud are the gem forges. These will allow you to slot gems into some of the new weapons, adding different effects such as bleed. These gems will be dropped by various dangerous enemies in the game. As of now, I've only run into these gems in the Shroud itself. Some of these dangerous creatures may be brand new to you, as new creatures have been added to the Shroud, some of them brand new, and some of them are deadly variants of older enemies. Some of these enemies can apply curses and diseases with their attacks, as well as drop brand new resources which will allow you to craft new items such as confusion grenades, critter bombs, mobile repair kits, and some brand new beam spells. And if that wasn't enough to make you want to explore the Shroud even more, you know that beautiful red Shroud mud that you touch and your Shroud counter goes down a lot quicker? Well, you can now sink into that. It's a lot harder to escape if you accidentally fall into the Shroud mud. Of course, this is not all that was in the update. There's still so much more that we didn't even have time to cover today. I definitely recommend going and checking out the patch notes, which are linked down below. Thank you all for watching. I am Dimension 119 with the State of Survival podcast, and I will see you in another dimension, but hopefully not in the Shroud.